Hello, my name is Ignacy Trzewiczek. I'm the lead developer for the game Batman Everybody Lies, and in this video I'm going to unbox this box and tell you what you will find inside. This stunning artwork was done by the Polish artist Maciej Szymiński. I absolutely love this piece of art, but besides the amazing box, let's see what's inside. First thing you find when you open the box are envelopes, and there is 4 envelopes, one for the prologue, one for the first case, second case and the third case. So in the game there is 3 cases called here in the box as episodes. Each of them has a crime story that you will have to solve, and along with these 3 cases we have a prologue case. This is the one like in the video games, like in the tutorials. Very short, about 40 minutes of play. It will slowly teach you how the game works, it will teach you the rules, and this is how you will start the game. In each of the envelopes there are introductions. Introduction is a document that tells you the beginning of the story, what happened, what you know, and what is your goal, what you need to find, who is the murderer or who stole something, etc. etc. The first case, the first envelope, the prologue, has only one introduction, because the whole campaign, everything starts with Vicky Vale being an investigator and starting the whole thing. But in the further envelopes, you will find one main introduction for the whole team, and additionally 4 separate introductions, one for each of the characters of the game. And at the beginning of each case in this game, each character has a slightly different knowledge, a slightly different information, the starting knowledge he has. And each of you will start the game with a little bit different twist and angle. So these are envelopes, introductions, each for one player, and they are kept secret. They are kept in the envelopes because we, as developers, we didn't want you to accidentally see what's there. We didn't want you to accidentally see what's the goal of the Catwoman. We didn't want you to, when you browse the game, to see what is the real goal of Harvey Bullock, etc. etc. So that's why they are kept secret, and you will see them only when you start the game. In the box you will also find the rulebook. The rulebook is very short, it's only 6 pages long. The game is rules light, very simple to learn. You read this rulebook and you are ready to go, ready to play, and have a great time. In the box you will also find the map of the Gotham, and this is on one hand a very thematic component that presents the whole city. It will help you in some of the cases when you see the relation between the location, when somebody lives, when somebody is working, when somebody is commuting. You will see the map, the synergies between these locations, and maybe you will figure out some part of the plot. Besides, these amazing maps, you can put it as a poster on your wall. In the box you will find also the ton of the tokens, and we have different types of the tokens. Let's start with the character tiles. In the game you will play as one of the 4 characters available for you, and each of the characters has a dedicated character tile. On this tile there is listed his ability, and these abilities allow them to pursue personal goals, and these abilities allow them to visit certain locations. For instance, we have a Harvey Bullock, a cop, and he's able to visit certain locations. We have a Catwoman, the famous thief, also with the ability to visit certain locations. We have a Warren Spacey, the journalist, the one who found out about the Joker many years ago. And we have a Vicky Vale, the main character here in the prologue, brave journalist. Each of them provides, as I said, with a special ability that you will use in the game. Besides that, we have a ton of tiles dedicated to locations, because in this game, when you conduct the investigation, when you look for the clues, when you look for the important parts of the plot, you will visit different locations. And we have in this game Blackgate Penitentiary, we have the Underground, the place where all the criminals are hiding. We have a Gotham Central Police Department, obviously, where Harvey Bullock works. We have a Batcave. Yes, you will be able to interact with the Batman and Alfred, and you will be visiting this location a lot, looking for the help. We have Arkham Asylum, the place where all the crazy guys are kept. And we have downtown, and we have City Hall, the classic location that every character in the game can visit. These locations will be put on the on the board. There is a location board, and you can see all the free spaces at the very beginning of the game. You have access only to a couple of them on the downtown, on the city hall, on the Gotham Gazette. But when the game progresses, when you discover new plots, you discover new clues, you will be adding more and more tiles here on this board that represents you unlocking the new location. On this board, you also see the track for the time. In this game, you have a certain amount of time to solve the crime, solve the case, and it is players who decide when they stop the game. As you can see, there are the special spaces, the green space, the yellow space, and the red space, and depending how early in the game you stop the investigation, how early you figure out the plot, and you feel confident that you can answer the final questions, you will be awarded the additional points. So the faster you solve the crime, the better. But be careful, don't be too cocky, because sometimes maybe you think you figure out everything, but maybe you need to make a few more cards to discover what actually happened. In this game also there is a ton of different tokens for different situations. They are used by the characters to activate their abilities. And the creme de la creme, the cards. There is a ton of cards in the game. There is more than 140 cards in the game. Now let me tell you about the cards. So 144 cards. What we have here, we have a deck of cards for the Prologue case. As I mentioned, this is the shorter one, this is a tutorial one. There is only a couple of cards for this case. Each card in this game represents a crime scene, questioning of the suspect, visiting some location, and each of these cards has a secret information that you will perceive. You will learn something about the case, you will have something to deduct. So this is the Prologue case. But besides the Prologue case, as you know, we have 3 big cases in this game. So the first one is called Guild, and this is about a young person who is arrested, and we, along with Mr. Gordon, thinks that he is innocent, and we have to prove that. So the first one is about the Guild and about the innocent young person arrested for the crime he didn't commit. The second case called Nostalgia, is about the very weird things happening in Gotham. And Batman is gone, Batman is doing his own stuff, and players have to investigate what's going on, why Batman is gone, and then they have to save the city. It is a case called Nostalgia. And the third one, Remorse. Gotham is visited by the federal agency, and they are looking for something, and players will try to look for something too, and figure out what's going on in the Gotham. This case is called Remorse. These 3 cases, each of them takes about 2, maybe 3 hours, depending how much you do a table talk, how much you discuss with the group, how many of the players are interacting and discussing and making notes. It is all about you interacting with each other, but it's about 2 to 3 hours per each case. Prologue, as I said, is very short, it's about 40 minutes, a simple case. So this is the gameplay, but along with this gameplay, along with these decks of cards, we have more cards, and they are the special new things never seen before in the detective family. The first one is called the Scene deck, and I have to be very careful not to spoil too much, but the Scene deck is a dedicated deck of cards with the comic panels that represent and show some of the locations, some of the characters that you're interacting with, some of the mysteries that you find. And when you investigate, when you visit the different cards, sometimes you will be instructed to draw the count from the Scene deck, and you will see something that you just found out. I need to be very careful now with the spoilers, but here is one of the apartments that you will visit at some point in the game, and you can find something interesting. Here's some laboratory that you will visit at some point in the game, and here is a crime scene that you will visit. On some of these cards, not all of them, but some of the cards have a hidden clues. So you and your friends will have a great time looking at these cards, analyzing them, and looking for some small details that you can find on these comic panels. These comic panels were done by the Polish artists. They look amazing, and we are very proud of this additional value added to the base game of Detective. And the second deck that is a brand new feature in the Detective line is called a Personal Goal cards. And this deck represents the theme of the Gotham, that is a mistrust. And we wanted to represent that in this game. And when you are playing the game, and you are playing as a Catwoman, as a Harvey Bullock, as a Vicky Vale, as a Warren Spacey, each of you has some secret goal to achieve, some secret agenda to do. And this deck represents this secret side quest, secret things that you are doing on the side from the main investigation. And at some point during the investigation, some of you will be asked that if you want to do some side quest and read another card from this separate deck of the personal deck cards. Mysteries, Mistrust, and Gotham. And this is all that you will find in this box. As I said, this is 3 big cases, each about 2 to 3 hours of play, the short prologue, 4 unique characters, beautiful comic panels on the cards, secrets, and the secret envelopes. Lots of fun. I wish you a great time playing this game. We had a great time designing it for you. And if you have any questions, please put them below on YouTube, and I'm happy to answer them personally. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Every day, voices are silenced. Grief and corruption flow through the veins of the city. Every day, lies are told. And the one we believe most is that a symbol will save us.